Hey y'all, it is a muggy Sunday morning here in Middle Tennessee. We've had a lot of rain. It's flooded out my gardens. The chicken yard is an absolute disaster. But we're going to go in there and feed the birds because I can hear them whining from here. So let's do that. I have just put temporary measures in place for now until it will dry out enough to actually get it straightened out. As you can see, it's just an absolute disaster. I'm actually embarrassed to even show you this, but here we are. All right, let's give these little monsters some food, shall we? Have some cantaloupe, girls. What's up? There's my girls. Oh yeah, they love their treats. Here you go. Whoops, hold on. Let me flip it over for you. There you go. All right, well, they're munching on that. I'm going to go ahead and get them some dry food too. They get about a half a cup of dry food every day each. They also get spinach, fruits and veggies, and a whole host of other things along the way. You can hear the other girls just having a fit over there. I'll be back with them shortly. They actually still have food. They just think there's something better on the other side. You know, the grass is always greener. All right. Water out of here that they've dumped stuff in. I actually have one water that has a lid on it so that they can't do this, but they do like to get water, big drinks, which they can't really get from the other feeder, so I just use it. You can see them in there just going to town. They love their snacks. All right, I've got fresh water in there for them. And for right now, they're good. I will come back out here later, but unfortunately, it's going to rain again. So there's not much I can do today. Let's get some eggs here. Let's see. So inside the coop, here's what that looks like. I'll even open both doors for you so you can see. This is their coop, where they sleep at night, where they lay eggs. I use pine pellets and peat moss in the coop. I find that it keeps the bugs down, it keeps the odor out, and they really like it. I'm gonna go ahead and collect some eggs here. Hey, girly girl. Hey, pretty girl. Yeah, you're a sweet girl. You give me beautiful blue eggs, don't you? Yeah. All right, so yeah, got some nice eggs here. I've got a variety of different colored layers, so I get a nice, beautiful rainbow egg basket, which is cool. They all taste the same. Of course, the eggs are exactly the same inside, but I just like the colored shells. All right. Let me get this one down. There we go. There we go. You can look at these crazy girls in there for right now. This pen right here that I was just in is a mix of Americanas, Easter eggers. There's some black copper Morans in there. There are two Fibrocanas, which are a hybrid mix of an Iam Samani, which gives them the black skin, and also the Americana. All right, I need to set these eggs down here. Okay. Now, this is really soggy over here, so I have to be careful. There was grass here, but the rains over the last couple of weeks have just washed it away. All of the water on our property runs from the top of my property all the way through here, and it floods it out. We have started to dig a new French drain that goes under this other run, but it needs to be pulled out further to the street. And I think we're going to have to do the same up further in the yard just to deal with the drainage on this property. We've been on this property for 4 years now, but still working on the infrastructure outside. We just finished a major renovation inside. So now that that's finished, I can concentrate outside. Here you go, babies. Here you go. These girls are all zombies, and they are excellent layers of a brown egg. And there are 8 girls in this pen, and I usually get 7 to 8 eggs a day, which is fantastic. We're going to move on through the yard here to my kitchen garden. I'm actually renovating. I'm going to expand it. As you can see, I've already got this fence partially down. My onions are overgrown again with these poke weeds that just drive me crazy. I need to get in here and pull all of this out. But all this rain the last few days, this was actually weeded a week ago, if you can believe that. Something is eating my onions as well, as these 2 beds were full, but you know, it is what it is. Something needed them more than I did, I guess. In here we have some green beans, and you can see there's some starting to come on there. There's also a lovely tomato plant back here that's just volunteered, which I think is just the best. And then we're going to head over here where I have my green stalks. I have several of them. There are 3 right here. You can see my farm dog. There's Charlie. And my peach trees are also right here. All right, we're going to head on back here now to the big garden, where unfortunately Charlie cannot go right now. That's okay. He will survive. He's looking at the pool right now. See what he can find in there. All right, let's see what's going on in here. I haven't been in here in a few days. It's pretty soggy. So you can see there's a lot of water here. But I just want to check on these plants. We've got tomatoes growing out here. Fantastic. These are the plants that I planted last week. As you can see, they're all doing pretty well. I've got a couple of walking onions stuck in here. These are really neat. As I said, these are called walking onions. And the reason they're called that is because this top right here will actually form little bulbules, and it will fall over to the ground as it gets longer, and these will root, forming new onions. Therefore, they are walking. Pretty cool, huh? All right, I do need to get the trellis in here, and I need to come in here and pull weeds. I mean, you know, as you can see, even an imperfect garden still grows food. And this is not a super huge space. So for those of you who are on a smaller property, in an apartment, a townhouse, you can grow food. You can grow food anywhere. And I'm going to show you how. Over the next couple of months, I'm going to give a lot of detailed explanation of what I do. One thing you can do is grow up a fence. Just like this fence here. You can simply trellis anything that's going to go up this fence. You can hang pots off the fence. There's a ton that you can do. And I'm going to try to do a lot of that small space gardening for you guys, just to give you examples over the next couple of months. The green stalks that I have in the other part of the yard are also a fantastic way to do this. I have several of them and absolutely love them. You do have to put good soil in them, because of course good soil is the foundation for everything, right? But they grow pretty much anything. You can get trellising systems for them or make your own. There's just a lot of options. As you can see, we've got these tomatoes here. Some of them are looking a little rough, but unfortunately they were looking kind of like that when I planted them. So I think after all of this rain is done, I just need to come out here and give them a good feeding. But they're growing slowly but surely. All right, we're going to head over to this other part of the garden now. So you can see it's still definitely a work in progress. Over here where this pile has been started, that's actually going to be flattened out, and I'm going to put a thick layer of mulch in that corner, and that is going to be a mushroom bed. And we're going to talk about growing mushrooms as well in more detail, but not today. That will be a future video. I've got my cattle panel here. It's going to be an arch. I have 2 round beds, just like these silver ones here. And I'm going to put beans in either one of those on either side of the trellis. And it's going to go very similar to where it is right now. The greenhouse will actually be standing about where I am currently, here in the center of the property. Over here along this fence and along the pool is where the berry bushes are going to be. And if you look closely, over here you can see one lone blueberry plant. I had two planted and one of them didn't make it for some reason. But this little guy is still hanging on. Let's move along now. My Lord, it's humid out here. We're going to go around here to where the potatoes are planted. And you will see, look at those babies. They're flowering and getting very full and bushy now. That's exactly what I want to see. Let's dig down and check a couple, shall we? Let's go down here and do that. You can do this at any time after they start flowering. That is typically a sign that they're close to being ready. Typically, once the flowers fade, give it a couple of weeks and you can start harvesting at that point, and you should have decent sized potatoes. Now, of course, leaving them in the ground will allow them to get bigger. So if you like larger spuds, leave them in and let them go. Ultimately, the plants will brown and drop over. At that point, you do need to harvest. But for right now, we can just push it for a while, harvest some small ones, leave the rest in the ground, and it's kind of like a little savings account for your potatoes. Let's get down in here and look and see what we've got growing here. Oh, look at that. That is a massive potato right there, guys. Look at the size of this potato. That's huge. And so is this one. And look, this one's not even attached to anything anymore, so it's going to go ahead and come in. And actually, you know what? It's very soft. It's started to rot. It's all this rain. I'm going to go ahead and pull this one. Look at that. Looks like this might be the only one out here, too, on this particular plant. There is so much water here right now. I'm afraid I'm going to have a lot of rotten potatoes, unfortunately. Let's see what else we've got here. See if we've got any more under here. Yep, there's some more there. I'm going to leave those and make sure they stay covered. I don't want them to turn green. That's another thing with potatoes. You don't want them to be green. That is very unhealthy. It will actually make you sick. So those are Yukon Gold. Down here, we have Purple Majesty. Let's see if we've got any of these ready to come out yet. Go ahead and pull this back. And looky here. There's some potatoes. And this one's actually already trying to sprout. So I'm going to pull this one out. See, this one's already started to rot too. That's what I was afraid of. It's okay, it can stay there as compost. I fear that that's what I'm going to see a lot of now because of all the rain we've had. So just bear in mind when you've got potatoes going with so much rain, it can happen. Here's some more. You can see these in here. This is a good one. Look at that. That's a nice little spud, but then again, this one is rotten. So I'm going to have to get out here and pull all of these in the next day or so. All right. I'm going to go ahead and pop the plant off of this one here. This can stay here because it's too soft. I'm going to go ahead and take these two, and they are going to be set out. I have several green stalks, as I said. Two are actually still in the box as they're going to go in the garden. But here they are. Green stalks are made by a fantastic company out of Knoxville, Tennessee. So they're made in the USA. This company's been around for a while. And you can see on this one here, I have a trellis system. So I can grow things that will vine on that one, and that trellis will support it. They also have a new kind of trellis system, and that's actually in the box with one of my new green stalks. But you can see here, I have some strawberries growing in this one. There's even some berries on there. These strawberries were late bloomers. I'm not sure what the deal was with this stalk that I got this year, but they didn't do very well. This green stalk is not even planted out all of the way. It does have some strawberries in it that did not ever grow. So I do need to replace those at some point. But you can see I've got a ton of oregano in here. I've got thyme in here. So you can grow whatever you want for the most part in these. This other one is full of strawberries as well. Again, for some reason, the strawberry stock that I bought this year was just not good. They didn't grow. I even got a replacement and still nothing. So it was the one variety, I think, from that company. I'm not going to name names because I have had great luck with their products in the past and I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. You can see these are pretty much spent at this point. Get all these weeds out of here. They grow so fast with all this rain. This right here is wheels that you can actually put on under the green stalk to roll it around. I do have one on here on one of them, and I have a spinner on this red one. So on this red one, the spinner allows me to turn the green stalk, which is fantastic for standing in one place and trying to work with it. Now we are out front, and I'm going to show you what's possible out here. This space is very underdeveloped at this point. We are still doing a lot of landscaping repair from our renovation in the front yard. I have just begun getting my flower pots in. This entire area will be pebbles. We're going to put pebbles along this walkway here, or this bed here. We're going to put a walkway here in front of these timbers, and then this whole space here will be rock as well. A big square around the tree is all we're going to do. The rest of this will be mowed really, really short, aerated well, and seeded in straw. As you can see, I've got some plants going out here as well. These actually need to go in the ground, but for now, they're still producing. As you can see, I've got a ton of tomatoes waiting to come off. And this tomato plant is really producing lots of fruit, which is fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and pull these in now before the bugs get them. There's some more over there that are going to be ripe soon. There's quite a few. I've got some cabbage in here. I planted that last fall. And this entire bed is going to be food. Even if it's in the front yard, it's okay. It's food and it's still beautiful. I've got more plants to go in here as well. This cabbage here is actually just about ready. If you look, it's heading up quite nicely. It's got some bug damage, but not too bad. Got a couple of sunflowers there. These are cannas. They're canna lily. And around here we have some holly and some rose bushes. The rose bushes are waiting to go in the ground. But, oh man, can you see this? Look at how beautiful that is. That is just stunning. And that's about it for today. Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay tuned for more updates. Enjoy the sunshine and the rain, as they're both very, very beneficial to all of us. And happy gardening until the next time. See ya.